But I was so mad at Irv because I was like, you know I wanted that record.
If you were my bitch, then I'll be your nigga.
He feeling my persona, tryna push up on me. But I'm ready, able and capable, so come get it. What are you waiting for?
What's going on, folks? Nothing better to do. I'm BlogXilla and you're watching the No Judgment Zone. Today I have a great and wonderful guest with me, the lovely Ashanti. How's it going?
Good.
Now, I've watched all of your interviews lately, and you turned down 7 majors. You're independent now. The album is out. Love Games. You guys kill Love Games. That's my favorite. Has anyone ever told you that's their favorite song?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Well, not that original. But how'd you hook up with the song? Tell me more about that song. 'Cause I really like that song.
I love that record. I was actually in Atlanta, and my brother Zlo Bucks flew out, and he brought one of the producers in the studio, played a couple of beats, and we loved that record. We were actually in the studio with Future, and he did a couple of things on the record, and I wrote my verses, and I said, "Ooh, Jeremiah would be hot on this record." So I sent it to him. He was in Chicago. He laid it down, and I was like, "Yes, this joint is crazy." So
Jeremiah kills it on the
yeah.
He's so underrated.
Yeah.
What is it like making music now versus back in the day? Because I know a lot of stuff changed. You're with a whole different team. What is it like now versus how it was back then?
I would say the thought process, like, you always want your music to be sincere. You know, me, I write my records, so it always has essentially a piece of me. But as a business person, sometimes the politics come into play, but you don't want your music to suffer because of it. You know what I mean? So it's pressure, it's thought, but you kind of have to clear that out and keep it organic. You know what I mean?
I don't know how you do that because I'm the editor here at globalgrind.com, and I'll send them an idea and they give it to me back or something that they add something once, and I'll just be like, so like, what was it like back when, like, if you sent Irv a record or, and they were like, yeah, nah, change
oh
change
my
that.
God, he was the worst with that. He would just be like, nah, yo, that's whack, yo, nah. But it's good though, because that was kind of like a character builder. That was something that made you stronger. You know, there was always people. I've been blessed to have people around me tell me when something is whack and when something is dope. You know what I mean?
Looking crazy.
Right.
That foo lame shit. So I have a personal question for you. It's not really personal, but I need to know this from me. J-Lo's I'm Real. When you said, you wrote that, right?
No, Ja wrote I'm
wrote.
Real. I wrote Ain't It Funny.
Okay. Now, did you sing the reference to it? Because I hear you all over the song.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why didn't they take Ashanti off the song? Because I feel like you sang the whole song.
Well, I demoed the record for her. That was way back. That was before I was signed to Murder Inc. And they kept my hook. And, you know, they kept some of the backgrounds and ad-libs and stuff like that. And it was funny. It was a bittersweet because I was really excited because it was J-Lo. You know what I mean? But I was so mad at Irv because I was like, you know I wanted that record. I always, ever since I saw Friday, you know what I mean? Mary Jane. I was like, you give me that. I want that record. I was so mad, but I was happy at the same time because it was J-Lo.
Now, I do want to get away from this. So I want to know about you. I want to know who you are, how you are as a person and everything like that. What is your idea on titles? Because, like, I feel like a lot of times people are with people, like my ex. We were never really boyfriend and girlfriend until we broke up. And then, like,
that's a good way to spin it.
Yeah, for real, we were never boyfriend and girlfriend until we broke up. I was like, yo, if you would have been gave me the title, then I wouldn't have been so, you know.
Ooh.
But she was like, but we were. I was like, well, why you were never telling me that? She would have been different.
Ooh.
So what's
you
your
need to
stance?
listen to Braveheart.
I did. What's your stance on titles?
I think honestly, to each his own. I think you have to do what's comfortable for you. You know, there's a difference in being in the public eye and not having to worry about being under a magnifying glass for everything you do. You know, I think it's really essential that you have to be strong enough to play it how it feels right to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I also want to ask another question. It's a little different than the question you've been asked, and it's about when you were in a relationship. When you guys didn't go out, right? Because everyone know you were with Nelly. When you guys didn't go out, you just were in the house. What the was that like? Because we know when you go out. When you go out, it's like, oh yeah, you know, we see y'all popping bottles in the club holding. But when you're home, not doing nothing, not going out, what was that like for you and Nelly?
Let me see. It varied. Sometimes it was just sleep all day. You know, you wake up, it's already midnight, 1 in the morning, on the way to the studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe on the way to the movies. It's chill out time, really. You know, because just working so much and putting so much into your career and traveling and you're out and you're meet and greeting and you know you're politicking. You know, when it's home time, it's downtime.
Right. So now there's also this thing back in 2003, the New York Times wrote an article and they did a review of Beyonce's album and said, solo Beyonce, she's no Ashanti.
Oh, I remember that.
How was it when you saw that? What was that relationship like when you and her were back in the day versus now? Because you are the world record holder of the most albums sold in the first week.
Hey.
Swag, stun on them. I'm just saying. Talk to him. Stole that from Ebro.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, talk about it.
I mean, it was an amazing feeling. I feel like the critics, you know, the media, people always put us against each other, but we never had beef. It was always all love. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Oh, I like your shoes. You know what I mean? It was that kind of thing. I think we're two very different artists. I think we bring, you know, our different music to the table, and I think there's room, you know. Again, I didn't like the fact that people always put us together, but it's a competitive business. You know, there's only not one number one spot. Both working very, very hard. You know, I was extremely happy, you know, just being with Murder Inc. We had an amazing wave, and I love the music we were doing, and it just felt right.
Are you singing, right? You singing?
Yes.
Do you think about before you get into a situation, is it like, okay, well, I know I'm Ashanti, so I can't mess with this person? Or is it just like, cause like I'm maybe going front. Okay, so Chloe and French, who's on your song. People looking like, oh, that's a good look for French, but why is Chloe with French? And I'm like, well, French is the one with all the talent, so no shouts out to Chloe. But like, so do you think about that? Like, well, if I'm with this person, I cannot be with this person, I can be with that person. That's something you think about? It is. She's like,
no, you know what? First I think about myself. You know, do I like him? Is he gonna be intimidated? It's natural to, you know, perception is a lot in this industry. You know what I mean? So it's natural to be like, that's a good look or not. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's natural. But again, for me, I'm all about how I feel personally. You know what I mean? And then, you know, the rest, it is what it is.
Okay. What's your definition of love?
My definition of love, happiness, vulnerability, not being scared to lose control, because sometimes when we love, it makes us a little weak, you know, and you trust somebody with your heart, and sometimes you don't have control of that, you know. I think love is nurturing, it's unconditional. I think is deep. I think sometimes it hurts because sometimes you have to make certain sacrifices. I don't know, it's deep for me.
What needs to happen for there to be a Murder Inc. reunion?
A check? No,
check.
just
that's what I was going for. Like, how much is that check? Is it a good check? Is it an average check? Or is it like, nah, I need a little bit more?
No, I think all of us, you know, have the same mentality. You know, I think the chemistry, you know, with me and Ja is just amazing. I feel like, because we spoke, you know, we've been in the studio together. He's working on his project, I'm working on my project. We constantly were talking about what we were gonna do, you know. So it's just about the timing. As far as a complete reunion, like Black Child and Caddy and Vita and Charlie and, you know, everybody, that would be, whew.
Yeah, that'd be right. What was that time like back then for him when 50 was just going at him, and it was, you know, because at first it was like, you know, I was on top of the world, and then 50 just went at him so hard that it just was like, oh, was he stressed? Was it like, oh my God, what am I doing? How was that situation for him? And you too, because y'all was all on top of the world, and he probably, you know, came down.
Yeah. At that time, it was very awkward because although there were a lot a lot of us on the label, really me and Ja were the only ones that was popping, you know, so I'm not gonna do a diss record.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Ja was kind of like holding it down on his own as far as that is concerned. I don't even know how the real beef started in Queens or what have you, but of course, you know, it was stressful because it's like, okay, what's the plan of action? Half of everyone thought this should happen, and the other half thought this should happen. You know what I mean? And just the public, and again, perception. It's about what's the move, what's the right move, because there's a lot at stake. You know, no one could deny Ja's talent. You know, Ja got classic records that still rock today.
Sing a Murder Inc. song to her. If you were my bitch, then I'll be your nigga. That's on the Murder Inc. album.
Oh my God! I wouldn't at that one.
I know you gotta go, so I don't want to keep you here. But I want to thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Braveheart is in stores on
Yes.
iTunes right now.
Right now.
It really is good. You won't be disappointed. It has, I'm guaranteed it's gonna have at least 4 songs you like, and you know, you like the whole
And 5 songs you love. Be clear. I don't know what he talking about.
But it is a good album. It's really a good album. I don't like female R&B, but I was jamming to it all day. So
That's what's up up top.
no doubt, no doubt. So that's our show. Join us next week. You know what we're doing next week?
What are you doing next week?
We're going to play Slide with Octopus.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
It's gonna be fun.
Hey, it's your girl Ashanti, and you're watching Global Grind TV. Braveheart.
On me, my home is secure. It's just I'm saying, watch these bitches, nigga. You better watch these bitches. I'm just saying, nigga.
Time to see this. So it's out now.
Yeah, go
Forrest
check it
Whitaker
out.
plays this nut.
Angel.
This nut who